Hi Aries, welcome to July. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And I'm getting ready to do your July TarotScope. And I want to ring in the bells. I have a new deck this time. I actually found this deck. This is the first deck that I received when I was 18 years old. My father bought it for me. It's the Rider-Waite deck. And I haven't used it in years, and I dug it out of a closet over the weekend, so I'm going to be doing readings this month with this deck. So let's see what Aries. I wanted to say thank you for commenting and liking and subscribing to my channel, and I hope you had a great June. We'll see what's coming up in July. We have a full moon in Capricorn on the 9th, and that's going to be kind of volatile. That's conjunct Pluto, and it's opposed by Mars. So, tempers are going to be, you might be involved in power struggles. And you might be fighting for something that you really believe in. Something that's dear to you. Family, something, either family or home. And Jupiter is T-squaring this full moon, so it's increasing the drama. So the thing is, just don't overreact. Don't get involved in the drama. Try not to, anyway. It's because Aries, you know how Aries is, they're very impulsive, so just try not to overreact. And you've got Uranus in your sign, so who knows what you're liable to do. You've got this cry for freedom. So, especially if you're born, if you've got Aries at the later stages, like at 28 degrees, which is where Uranus is in right now, it's really affecting the people born later in the month, later in April. You're just feeling this urge to break free. So there's a lot of tension. Things might come to a head at this full moon. So don't overreact. Anyway, what does Aries need to know about love and life for the month of July? What's coming up for Aries? May only the highest forces be present at this reading to ensure that the truth be told. The Seven of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the King of Cups, the Chariot, the King of Wands, the Hangman, the Five of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Okay, so starting out with the Seven of Swords and crossed by the Ace of Wands. So this is an interesting reading because I feel like you're coming to the end of a cycle and you're getting ready to start a new cycle. With the Seven of Swords, you might be avoiding something. The Seven of Swords is a sneaky card. It usually represents the Thief card. So it's a card when you're not being honest with someone or you're not being honest with yourself. You're trying to sweep things under the rug, or you're behaving and you've got some plan that you just don't want to tell people about. So you may have some hidden agenda, or you may have some idea or something going on. There's a new beginning, but you're not wanting to tell people about it. You're keeping it to yourself. Maybe you're afraid that someone's going to try and steal your idea. You've got this idea, or you're trying to like make your great escape, and you don't want people to know until the moment when everything comes together. So you've got some plans going on behind the scenes in the month of July. And it could be a change of job or even a change of residence, because you have the Ace of Wands, which usually means a new beginning. And so that could be a new relationship. Maybe you're dating someone, you met someone, and you don't want to tell. You might be in a relationship and you don't want to tell the person you're with that you met someone. Or you're trying to start something with someone, but you're not telling them the whole story. You're leaving things out. You've got stuff that you're hiding. The Ace of Wands could also mean a new job opportunity, a new business opportunity. Because you have the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. These are travel cards. So it could be that things are opening up for you, and there could be this new opportunity that has already started to develop. This is something that, because this is in the past, the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. If it's a love relationship, you might have been you might have met someone that you really are developing feelings overnight. Kind of like Eight of Wands is like the love at first sight kind of energy. Things are happening quickly. So with Aries, you know, sometimes Aries has a tendency to jump into things. Because they don't have a lot of patience. Like if you meet someone, you might be head over heels. They're really excited about this new beginning. And you just want to jump into it. And so with the Seven of Swords, I feel that you need to, you may feel like, I don't want to tell people about this. I'm really excited about this new beginning, but I don't want to tell people what my plans are. I want to keep it hidden. The Seven of Swords is a tricky card because a lot of times it comes up when we're not facing the truth about something. You just don't want to deal with the truth. So you're sweeping it under the rug. Or you're just not telling someone that, you know, what's going on. You're hiding things. The Seven of Swords could also be that you feel that someone is stealing something from you. You're afraid someone's going to steal something from you. Whether it's your idea or a relationship. Or you could be the thief or the person that's or the victim. So it could go either way with the Seven of Swords. Because this is a card of, you're so busy with this new beginning, you're not seeing what's going on. You could be not aware of what's happening behind your back. Sometimes this could be someone saying something to your face and saying something else behind your back. So they're promising you all this stuff, but there's stuff going on behind the scenes. So you have to be careful with this new beginning because it's got some weird energy around it. The Knight of Wands is definitely, this is an energy of, it could be someone who's a lot of fun. You might have had someone in the past that was a lot of fun but not very reliable. And so you have to kind of take them for what they are. You know, you can't always depend on them, but when you're with them, you have fun. So you might have gotten an offer from someone and you're not, you know, maybe there's something, you need to look deeper into it. Because the Knight of Wands, if it doesn't represent change of residence or change of job, and it represents a person, it's someone who is got this hasty energy, this fun energy, but not reliable. Someone who is just out for adventure. And this could be you. Maybe you just feel like, hey, I need a new adventure. My life, you know, needs to change. I want to make changes. And so you're making plans to break out of the rut that you've been in. But you're not telling people about it, so nobody knows about it. But you've got this whole thing planned. So the King of Cups is in the future and the Chariot. The King of Cups could be someone that you're dealing with who's maybe a counselor or someone, maybe a father figure or a counselor. Someone who's very calm in a crisis. Someone who has deep emotions. It could be someone who's giving you advice. Someone that you could go to and tell your problems to. You may not be telling this person, if this is a counselor, you may not be telling them everything. If it's a relationship, I still feel like you're holding back. So it could be that, and also with the Chariot in the near future, the Chariot is victory through focus and discipline. and through making choices, because I feel like your energies have been scattered. So if this is a relationship, because I'm seeing the king, these two kings. So I feel like there are two people in your life, and you might have been with someone for a long time, someone who's very sensitive, very psychic, very artistic, very compassionate, a really kind, very emotional person. And you might have met someone who could have been a fire sign, like you, either Aries, Sag, or Leo. And if, I mean, this is not for everyone. I mean, I'm not saying that you're cheating, but for the people who are single and are not in a relationship, you might have two people that you're dealing with. You might be dating someone, and then there's this new person that comes on the scene, and you're not ready to tell the other person about it. If it doesn't relate to a relationship and it relates to business, then you have two business opportunities. One that you're in, and one that you're thinking of moving toward. And with the Chariot here, you might have been scattering your energies. You might have been, putting your energy here, putting your energy there. But you're going to have to make a choice. And it could involve giving something up for something else. You're ready to end something that just hasn't been working. You're coming to the end of the line in some situation. It could be a relationship or a career situation. Because when you have the Ten of Swords and the Five, you feel victimized. You're going to be feeling that you're being treated unfairly and that you have to move on. The King of Wands is in your fear sector. So the King of Wands could represent you as the Aries, because this is sometimes a fire sign. If it doesn't represent you, it can represent someone who has leadership abilities. So maybe you're doubting your leadership abilities. You might be, this is a card of, you need to tap into the energy of the king. And show your leadership abilities. Not be afraid to take charge of your life. If it doesn't represent you, but it could, court cards could represent a lot of things. Court cards can represent you. It can represent other people. And sometimes even one card can mean several things. So, as the King of Wands representing you, you need to take more leadership in your life. You need to take charge. Stop waiting for other people to create a path for you. You have to carve your own path. You have to help yourself. You can't keep depending on other people to save you. Now, if it's a relationship, then this king, whether it's business or love, this king represents someone who could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, like yourself, who is very generous, very a good mentor, someone who's you really get along well with. Especially because you're an Aries. If you're in relationship with a fire sign, that's a really good combination. You probably have a lot in common. So you may have met someone who's a fire sign, and you're really excited about this person. This person could be a little bit bossy. Sometimes when I see the King of Wands, I think Leo. Because this person has bossy energy. They mean well, but they're always telling people what to do. So, I feel that with the Hangman in your environment, you may feel that things have been in limbo in your life lately. You've been stuck in a rut. Things are not moving. You're wanting things to happen and nothing's happening. So with the Hangman, you may feel like, I have to give something up for something better. I have to let go of the situation I'm in. Because you're feeling victimized with the Five of Swords. This is the Five of Swords where you might be dealing with someone who's been hostile to you. Maybe unfair. Maybe you feel like someone's been unfair to you. And you're just wanting to break out of the situation you're in. So, because with the Five of Swords, you have to, if you're in a relationship, you have to accept the person or the situation for what it is. You can't fix it. And if you try to fight back, you're only going to get hurt. So if you fight with this person, they're going to be just as mean back. They're going to be vindictive. They're going to be angry. So sometimes it's better to just cut your losses and move on. So you're thinking, you know, I'm tired of putting energy in this situation, because you have this Ten of Swords, which the Ten of Swords means the ending of something. So you could be ending a relationship. You may feel like, you know, I really don't care about this person anymore. Things have changed. I'm tired of fighting with this person. I'm tired of feeling like things are not moving. I need something else. I need something new. So when this Ace of Wands starts to operate, and it's offered to you, you're ready to jump on it. You know, you're like, oh, this is just what I need. Still, there's a sense of sacrifice with the Hangman. It's possible that you just need to see things from another person's perspective. So if you're having an issue in a relationship, the Hangman is telling you, try to see things from the other person's side. Don't just be impulsive. Don't think that your opinion is the only one that's valid. Try to see put yourself in the other person's shoes if it's possible, and see what is causing the problem. Because the Hangman could sometimes mean looking at things from a different angle. Now, another way that the Hangman can be interpreted is there could be someone in your environment that you consider a traitor. You feel betrayed by someone, especially when the Seven of Swords comes up with the Hangman, and then this Five of Swords. When I see these two cards and the 10, I feel that you're feeling hurt, you're feeling victimized, you're feeling that you are the brunt of someone's hostility, you were maybe made the scapegoat for someone's mistake, like you're being blamed for everything. And you've about had it. You're tired of being blamed in this relationship. You're tired of every time I do something, I'm wrong. Or I have to take responsibility. Like, it's almost like the other person doesn't want to share the responsibility. They just want to blame you. Or there's just problems that can't be fixed with the Five of Swords. Sometimes the Five of Swords is you've decided, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to cut my losses and I'm going to move on. So you could be ending something with the Ten of Swords, because that means don't give this energy, don't give any more energy. You're down for the count. You feel betrayed. You feel stabbed in the back. You feel like someone hasn't been honest with you. You may feel that people are out to get you. You might be feeling a little paranoid. And so when this new opportunity comes up, this is a new beginning, you're ready to jump into it. So I feel like you're going to be ending one situation, either career or relationship. Remember, this is a general reading, so it may not operate the same with everyone. But I feel like something's coming to an end in July. Some situation that you've just been dealing with for a long time and you just can't deal with it anymore. It's finally, you're getting to the point where I can't take anymore. And you're just not going to give it any more energy. You're just going to move on. The good thing is you have the Chariot, which is a card of victory. So if you really focus on getting out of this rut, getting into something new and exciting, you can do it. You just have to focus. Stop wasting your energy on something that's not working. Stop wasting your time on things that are not productive. If something's not working, cut it loose. This is a time of, with Uranus, Uranus is in your sign. It's a time for you to be free of something. It's a time for you to free yourself of something that's limiting, so you can be free to be you. Now we have a full moon in Capricorn. So Capricorn, whenever there's, so at full moons, there's always going to be a tension in the relationship. And in Capricorn, you're going to feel the weight of this decision. Like, things are going to come out. The truth is going to come out, and you're going to see the truth. And you're going to feel like people are being harsh with you. Especially because the Pluto is connected to this moon. Pluto's in Capricorn, the moon's in Capricorn. There's going to be power struggles. There's going to be manipulation. And Mars is opposing all of this. Mars is not exactly conjunct the sun. It's just past the sun. Because the full moon, I think, is at, let's see, what degree was the full moon in? It's in 17, okay, it's 17 degrees Capricorn. Mars is actually 22 degrees Capricorn, so it's past it. That lessens the effect because it's separating. It's not an applying aspect. But it is opposing Pluto. And when Mars and Pluto oppose each other, that's a very violent combination. Because your energy, you can use it in two ways. The positive thing is to put your energy into something that really excites you. So exercise, you know, working hard, doing something physical activity, even sex. I mean, but what you don't want to do is fight. You don't want to get violent because you can stir up. There's a lot of volatile energy around this full moon, and Jupiter is squaring it. So Jupiter tends to increase whatever it touches. So it's increasing the drama, increasing the intensity of wanting to act out, wanting to, you know, get really angry. So you have to learn to calm yourself. Don't do anything reckless because, you know, Aries, you know, you might just like lose your temper and say something you'll regret or do something you'll regret. So don't be reckless is what I'm saying. You know, and try to calm down. But if someone pushes your buttons, don't overreact. And this is true for every sign, but especially Aries, because Aries has a tendency, it's quick on the trigger. We do have a new moon in Leo later in the month, which will be a little bit better. Well, I don't know. It has Mars connected to it, but it's not as volatile as this Pluto opposing Mars. But it is squaring. Actually, in July, at the end of July, we're having a new moon in Leo. It'll be trining your sun sign. So it's a good time for new beginnings. So you might get really angry at this full moon. You might decide, you know, I've had enough. That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. Because full moons are culminations. And you may feel that, because it's Capricorn, you may feel that someone older, an authority figure, is coming down too hard on you. And you might have it up to here, and you might be ready to just, and it could be a female authority figure, because the moon is involved. And so, with Mars in the picture and Jupiter in the picture, you really have to be diplomatic. Jupiter's in Libra, so you need to be diplomatic. You need to try to see both sides. And don't overreact. Don't cut your, you know, don't burn bridges. The new moon, it still has the Mars energy and it's square Uranus. So, you know, there's this, you know, you're going to have this desire for freedom, your desire for something new. Maybe to make more money because Venus is going to be opposing Saturn. So it's bad for Venus opposing Saturn. It makes relationships difficult. You feel cut off from others. Either you feel like you're having financial problems, you know, money's not flowing as easily, or there's conflict with money or love, because Venus represents love and money. And with Saturn opposing it, Saturn has a restrictive energy. So if a new opportunity comes where you might have a new opportunity to get into a better position in your career that'll bring in more money or more love. It could be a new beginning in love or career. So whatever it is, it's going to be, but it's going to require action. And it's going to be requiring, it's going to break you out of a rut. I think you're going to break out of a rut in July. I think that's the theme I'm seeing. You're going to end something that's not working, and you're going to start something new that you're going to be really excited about. Maybe you even decide to move to a new location. It could be an opportunity that takes you out of your comfort zone. But Aries is not you don't have a problem with the new, you know, exploring new areas or new adventures, because you're a pioneer at heart. So you're going to be really excited about this new opportunity that comes up. And it's going to finally get you out of a rut and out of a situation where you felt you just can't fix it, or you're just feeling victimized. So hold on to this ace and hold on to the Chariot. which is victory through discipline and focus. Decide what you really want and go for it in July. And stop wasting your energy on things that are no longer serving you. And be honest with people. If you feel someone is, not being, doing the right thing by you, speak up and, lay your cards out. Lay your cards on the table. And accept. I think you should accept this new opportunity. I think it'll be good for you, and it will get you on a new path. So that's my forecast for July, Aries. I know it's kind of a little bit of a mixed reading, but you will definitely be ending a cycle that has been upsetting you for a while, and you're going to be excited about this new beginning. So I'm not worried about you. I think in the end, it's going to be good because you're not going to be wasting time on something that's not really working for you. So good luck for July, Aries. And if you want a personal reading, just go to my website, tarotbyt.com, and we can schedule a reading. But in the meantime, good luck in July and much love and success for you. And exciting new beginnings. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.